behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up for you momentarily. But if you haven't yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell down there. If you're watching this on YouTube and any new interviews coming your way, we'll give you a notification and you can check that out. And leave a comment on the comments section if you'd like. And go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/PaulMashTV. And you can follow us there, inboxes, comment the things you see. And also you can email us as well. It's paulmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And if you're a band or a solo artist watching this and you'd like to be part of the show, just send us an email and we'll show you how to do that. And fan mail is also appreciated. So if you're a fan and want to talk to us, you can go ahead and do that. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. In just a moment, from New Bern, North Carolina, we have Kimberly Ward with us. A very fantastic artist, and I know you're going to agree with me. And so let's start the interview as it starts right now. Okay, here we are with interview time, and with us from New Bern, North Carolina, we have Kimberly Ward with us today. Thank you for joining us, Kimberly.
Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here today. Everyone has their own story, so that's why I asked this question a lot. But tell us a little bit how you decided that this is what you wanted to do. You know, be a musician or a singer, artist. You know, tell us in your own words, though.
Well, I actually grew up liking music anyway. I've been playing the piano since I was 9.
Oh,
And so music's already part of me as a child. And I've sang in choirs, like church choirs and a school choir, of course. By the time I was in high school, college, that was my minor, was music. And I did extra private lessons with, well, they were lessons, but they were college credit. And I've actually changed majors 3 times in college because at that time, you know, my 20s, late 20s, like, what do I want to do? Like everyone always finds out in life. Well, not until my early 30s did I really establish, hey, I need to be just doing mostly music. And I enjoy business. So my degree is actually in business. My minor's in music.
mm-hmm.
So I combine it. And of course, many people, Nashville and musicians say, well, that's good because you should be good at music and business helps you with music, you know, same idea. But as far as songwriting, I didn't start that till about 8-9 years ago.
Oh.
I've always enjoyed writing. So here's my story. I'm sticking with it. I actually worked at a college. I worked in a school. I worked in a couple of states. And until I started tutoring out of college, and this was English and accounting, business, some classes like that. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I enjoy writing. So why am I not doing what I love? I mean, I enjoyed helping students, you know, don't get me wrong. At a college, I worked part-time there. And I was good at helping them with their essays and papers. I'm like, well, I need to be doing my own writings. So this is now a good 7 years ago. During that time, I'd already written what I call poetry, but some of them are songs. So every moment, if you've heard that song, that started out as a poem. And I was like, okay, this is really good. I had some family look at it and some friends back then. My uncle gave me one of the lines. I always like to say, hey, you wrote one line to it. Some ideas there. But yeah, I've just been really enjoying music for a good 6 to 8 years, and it's got me through hard times. It's got me through the pandemic. It's gotten me through life, basically. And also do what I enjoy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's quite a story there, Kimberly.
And it's very rewarding to do what you enjoy.
Well, I'm sure you'll be at it for a long time and making people happy with your music, and that's what it's all about. And well, what were some of the, you know, the legends in music that really inspired you when you were growing up?
I still like the old traditional country artists, John Michael Montgomery, Faith Hill. Let's see. I had friends who used to go to Dollywood, and they went, I've probably been twice ever. They used to go like twice a year. And they come back and talk about some of the people they heard there in Tennessee. I'm like, well, that must be nice. I started getting more into country music in my teenage years. I mean, I'm a Christian deep down, so most of my roots is Christian faith-based songs and gospel. I should say gospel, but I do like a lot of country as well. The Rochester family does a lot of bluegrass music, and they inspired me. They actually stayed in our home. This is a long time ago. I mean, like Benjamin plays the harmonica, Becky plays the bass guitar. They travel and sing in their own charter bus. Meredith Andrews, I actually went to school with her. Now, doesn't mean that she and I did music together, but she's really good. She's known in Tennessee. I don't know if she calls herself a gospel artist, but she does do a lot of Christian, probably contemporary Christian. And so Meredith Andrews, I would hear her sing at, things at school. And back then I was just taking piano lessons. Like I was kind of just good at piano. And years later, I'm like, well, hey, I like to sing and write. Let's see, Faith Hill, I like a lot of her songs. I've sang some of her songs, singing karaoke in Tennessee. And I've sang karaoke many places for practice. I still do that. I haven't this year, but I did last year. I sang karaoke in Georgia. Yeah, there's some places I've been that some people don't know about because I've actually been to 4 states on my own with music quite a bit. So I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you mentioned some really great ones there, Faith Hill, John Michael Montgomery. I always thought they were cool artists. So that's pretty cool there.
The song "The Thunder Rolls." You probably hadn't heard that in years.
Yeah, I'm not
these. It's something probably been like 15 years ago.
Well, what
Garth Brooks, that's his name.
Okay. How would we get in touch with you? I mean, I'm sure you have an official website. Maybe you have social media, streaming media, stuff like that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, I am on, I must say all the platforms now. Twitter, my promoter kind of handles. So I'm not, exactly on Twitter myself as much. Facebook on there quite a bit. I actually have I actually have 3 Facebook accounts, but the main one is my personal one I'm on every day. Miss Kimberly Ward with a dash music. And a little story behind that. I wanted to add something to my name. So, hey, Kimberly Ward Music. My ministry page is Kimberly Set Free. I'm on there with quite a bit of musicians as well. Let's see. Instagram, kimberly.ward.music. And of course, my website's been up about a year now. And I'll give you that. So that is www.kjwardmusic.com. Those are my initials.
Okay. Yeah. Well, everybody go out there into those streaming media sites and social media sites, as she said, and follow her and download her music. I know she would appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to watch your music video here. It's called Just Want to Be Free. And it's a really great song, by the way. I'm sure it's self-explanatory, but tell us a little story about that song.
And that one is a little bit of a story. I was in South Carolina when I wrote it. I remember very well where I was. I was by myself. And of course, some of my songs I can't always say by myself, like in my car, but this one was very close to the beach. And I'm going to tell you about the meaning, and then I'll tell you kind of where I was in South Carolina, not far from the beach. The meaning, the message about being free. I have a lot of songs I want to write about freedom. So I came from some very, very hard times, and I'm going to get into all that, I promise. And I'm like, I just want to be free from some of these people, like some jobs I had, which everyone might think that eventually, like, hey, there's some job I want to get out of. Want to be free for some people, wanted to be free from some places that were hard times for me. So actually in the song, I mentioned that free from this place, free from disgrace. The people who know me well, they're like, oh my goodness, you put that in there. I said, yeah, I did. I talked about familiar faces. Now, out of all the songs I've written in the last 7-8 years, I think there's 2 of them. I wrote all of it in one night. Because most time I may take a couple of days or a couple of weeks. But I remember that's what's so vivid in my memory. Like I wrote it all in maybe 3 hours. And I just remember the huge feeling of freedom and getting away from some things and people, situations. And believe it or not, this is also kind of a ministry tool with people I meet. They're like, yeah, I want to be free from, they would say something. I got that into a studio and John Heinrich did the final recording, and he's actually singing a little bit on there with me, and he's in Nashville.
Well, as I said a moment ago, it is a great song, and I know everyone out there is going to love that, and we'll get to that in a second. But Kimberly, we thank you so much for being on the show. That's all the time we have for right now. But come back,
Okay.
come back anytime you want to come back, and want to plug something new, and we'll have you back on sometime.
Okay. Thank you. I've enjoyed being on here.
Okay. Well, here it is. Just want to be free, and it starts right now.
Just wanna be free from what lies within me. Just wanna be free from raw choices I've made. Just wanna be free from my guilt and my pain. Oh, I just want